Ask MDB. That's right. MDB at undergroundgarage.com. You can send me any question you like, and I will answer it, either on the air or personally. And I promise you that. And all of you guys that send me questions and stuff, and send me answers, and send me your thoughts, I really love it. You know, keep them coming. MDB at undergroundgarage.com. Today, Johnny's from Long Island, of course. You know, there's a lot of Johnnies in Long Island. He says to me a very interesting question, because, you know, right now, I mean, we are in a situation where every time you turn on the tally, there's something dreadful. There's something just so painful, and so many people suffering on mountaintops and in valleys and in the deserts and in the sea, and it's just this, you know, equal opportunity suffering. And it just hurts me. It just hurts me to see it. And I know the answer to it is to embrace the person next to you. I know that. I do know that. I can break it down to just, you know, being there for your community. That's the most important thing. It's all we can do. We're not going to fly to the desert and rescue these guys. As much as, you know, one wants to, you can't. So what you do is, in your heart, you feel good, and then you embrace people. You know, Andrew is very eloquent about the whole thing about going towards the light and embracing love, and all of that's true. And I'll tell you what, it's the new cool. The new cool is caring. The new cool is compassion. So that's the sort of the metaphysical view. Now this is the rock and roll view. And the question that he asks me, Johnny from Long Island, he says, okay, all right, Michael, you talk about the apocalypse on your websites and stuff, and your, you know, your internet presence. So who on earth would be the house band of the apocalypse? Ah, what a question. Isn't that great? I mean, I've touched on this, and I have my own views on this, and maybe you've even heard me say who I think should be the house band of the apocalypse. In any event, it's the greatest album title I've ever heard. Not mine, by the way, not mine. Mine is The Key to the Universe. That's the title of my new album. I can't wait for you to hear it. But anyway, Iggy and the Stooges standing in the rubble of the world. That's right. I'm presuming that we have our own generators, obviously, so there has to be electricity. Iggy is not an acoustic act. I understand that. But I'm just talking sort of metaphorically here. And the reason that I bring him up is because he is a cockroach. He's a rock and roll cockroach. He's a rock roach. He's there, man, and he's been there since spreading butter all over himself in the 60s. Peanut butter. And maybe butter in his private moments at the hotel, but I don't know that. Well, I sort of know that. But here's the thing. Tenacity is longevity, you know. It's like the results. Listen, he toured for decades without becoming the icon that he is today, before his music was played on American television behind an ocean liner. You know, this guy's written the greatest rock and roll songs. Plus, you might have heard me say before, I think he is the most underrated lyricist. He really has a take on industrial America, a take that is so profound that I chose him to represent the death of a system that is clearly threatened. Let's just put it politely. And I see him there. I see him standing in a rubble with the band, with the cables reaching in between these broken bricks towards this generator. And I see Mad Max kids and adults just watching him, dressed in bizarre football shoulder pads, headbands, beards, dreads, tattoos, markings, piercings, boots. And that's just the women. So Iggy and the Stooges, Johnny, that's who I think will be standing in the rubble when the hits the fan.